Hello and welcome to Notice Tonight, the show that decodes the region. I am Wasbir Hussain. The Naga peace process is once again in the limelight, with NSC and IM General Secretary Tuingalang Muiva bringing up afresh the issue of integration of Naga areas. In an exclusive interview to Northeast Live this week, Mr. Muiva said integration of all Naga areas will hold the key to a solution of the Naga problem. The statement is significant because the governments and the civil society in states surrounding Nagaland like Manipur, Assam and Arunachal Pradesh have already rejected the idea and have said they cannot part with any territory even for the sake of a settlement to a long-standing Naga problem. Mr. Muiva, in his rare television interview, also made another significant remark when he said the government of India could be trying to use the other Naga national political groups it is talking to as a parallel force. Before we begin the discussions, let us listen in to what Tuingalang Muiva had said on the issue of integration of Naga areas and on NNPZs being allegedly used or possibly used as a parallel group or a parallel force by the government of India. Let us listen to what Mr. Muiva had said.
Will the Nagas be able to feel proud of their distinct identity after the accord? Will there be a clear-cut provisions or in the agreement as making a distinction about Naga inhabited areas?
You know, the legitimate right of the Nagas is clear there. Okay. Why? Because Nagas are not lost people. We have our land clear. All those lands are captivated by the British. Can we accept that kind of state of affairs or treatment towards the Naga? We cannot. We cannot. So Nagas will, and all the land will be integrated. Nagas, now there will be only one Nagalim, only one government. Our flags, our constitution must be there. This is the stand we have given. They said yes. Integration is the inherent, yes, right of the Naga people. Legitimate right of the Naga people. Therefore, this is the word, therefore, we accept this because you are right by virtue of your history. So, legitimate right of the Naga people. Integration is the legitimate right of the Naga people.
Right. So you have clearly mentioned that the government of India have made it very clear to NSCN, but however they are engaged in talks with the 7 other Naga national political groups, including the NSCN-K. So will there be a single agreement signed or more than one?
Naturally, that kind of question would arise. If government of India is going to seek solution now, even 10 solutions, that will be up to them. But according to the commitment given to us, and on that basis, now we have come up to this, agreeing, and now officially accepting the fact of the realities of the Naga history. So they had admitted, beyond this or above this or more than this, if they would start talking with others on this and that issues, sorry, we cannot accept. But why don't you allow them when your agreement is arrived? Why don't you allow them? If they want, we want It must be inclusive. That is what we want. We want. Let them come. We will not block. But if they condition us now with this and that, no, sorry, that we cannot accept. That is what we have told them. So our position is clear. There is no confusion. Okay, now, where the Indians are, they want these species, Indian species, to use as parallel force. Okay, now is that the way?
All right, there we have listened in to Mr. Muiva making a very clear-cut statement there, saying that integration of Naga areas holds the key to a solution, and he has also said that he is interested in an inclusive solution to the Naga problem, but at the same time he has said that the government of India could be using the NNPCs as a parallel force. Now, to discuss the subject in the wake of Mr. Muiva's latest statement, I am joined from Kohima by Mr. Teza Terry of the Naga Tribes Council, Naga National Council leader and writer Kaka Iralu, ruling NDPP spokesman Maren Tosi Jamir, Naga People's Front spokesman Achumbemo Kikon. From Imphal, I am joined by leading social activist Johnson Ilangbam. In Shillong, I have commentator and professor at the Northeastern University, Dr. Prasenjit Biswas. And at our studios in Guwahati, I have Arunav Goswami, Assistant Director at the Center for Development and Peace Studies, a well-known Guwahati-based think tank. Gentlemen, welcome to the program. I'd like to go straight to Mr. Kaka Iralu in Kohima. Kaka Iralu, a leading leader of the Naga National Council and a writer. Mr. Kaka Iralu, I know that your organization is not part of the peace process, but still as a very senior Naga leader, my question to you, any negotiation involves give and take. My simple question to you, what are the Nagas giving and what are the Nagas going to get in the ongoing negotiations?
Nagas have not given anything to India. Nagas are not asking anything from India. There are Nagas and Indians, there are two different entities. We are not asking our independence from India. We declared our own independence. And the issue is just one of leave us alone. There has to be a unique geography accompanying a unique history. No history has ever taken place in thin air. So, if India is going to recognize our unique history, India should also recognize our unique geography, which is not part of India and will never become a part of India. So, coming to the basics, to the basis of the facts, I think there is nothing to give or take away. I hope I have not gone over your head.
You have not gone over my head at all, Mr. Kaka Iralu. There is nothing to give and take. Nagas are only claiming their own rights. That is what you are basically saying. Mr. Teza Terry, you know, it has been 22 years since the negotiation with the NSC and IM first started in 1997. Now the question is, over the last recent months, the government of India, several leaders of the government of India have been saying that negotiations have reached an advanced stage. Means all the contentious issues have been resolved. That was the impression we get. But now, the NSCN leader, NSCN IM General Secretary Mr. Muiva has said integration of Naga areas hold the key. Yes, technically it is correct, but we also know the stated position of the neighboring states, as whether it is Manipur, whether it is Assam, whether it is Arunachal Pradesh. They said that they are interested in a solution to the Naga problem, but they are not able to part with any territory. So, Mr. Teza Terry, are we back to square one?
Yeah, government of India have recognized that Naga people are right to determine our own future. It's a matter of right. And also the integration of the contiguous Naga area. Definitely Naga people have a right to desire to live together, and that is a matter of our right. The only thing which government of India is telling us now is, yes, integration of contiguous Naga area is your right, but we have to work out together democratically.
Okay, work out together democratically. Yes, so that is the key. How we can solve the issue by democratic means through dialogue, discussions, and arriving at an acceptable solution that is acceptable to all the stakeholders. That is the key, and that is also a challenge. Now, let me go to Kohima once again. Mr. Marantoshi Jamir, spokesperson of the ruling NDPP. Mr. Jamir, it's a very sensitive issue. Now, once again, when everybody thought that all the issues have been resolved and we are about to sign an agreement, Mr. Muiva, in an interview to our channel, has made it very clear, very categorically, he said that integration of Naga areas holds the key. Now, you and I know the stand of the neighboring state governments and the civil society. Now, do you think it will be easy to resolve? Do you think the issue will be difficult to handle in the coming days?
Yeah, Wasbir, this regarding integration, this is not something which is new to us today. It has been there for a very long time, ever since the negotiation has started between the parties involved, the negotiating parties involved. The issue of integration has always been a priority. And if you look back, even how the state of Nagaland has come to being, through the signing of the 16-point agreement, you will see that one of the clauses in the 16-point agreement is the consolidation of the Naga contiguous areas. And therefore, it is in the sentiments of every Naga that all Naga should be together. But as Teja has also mentioned, that it has to be resolved democratically. We are talking about the neighboring states like Assam, Arunachal and Manipur, where they also have their elected representatives. And therefore, I think here, the issue of integration and bringing about a final solution, is not just the problem of the NNPGs, is not just a problem of the state government, but Nagas collectively need to come together to resolve this problem and raise, if we are serious about our desire for integration, I think we have to raise a common voice and not just depend upon a particular state or a particular state government to take up this issue or any particular group to take up issue.
Right.
It is a common Naga issue.
Right. Now I know, I'll come to you, Johnson Elengbaum. I know you have a response there, but before that, let me quickly go to Professor Prasenjit Biswas. Dr. Prasenjit Biswas, as someone, as an academic, as a political commentator, closely watching the developments in the entire Northeast, Prasenjit, how are you looking at this statement by Mr. Muiva at this particular juncture?
Actually, Naga movement was getting deterritorialized. Deterritorialized Naga cultural.
Okay, I'll come to you, Prasenjit, hold on. There is an audio problem. I'll come to you, Prasenjit. I'll come to you. Same question will go to you. I will fix the audio with you. Let me then go to Mr. Achumbemo Kikon of the opposition NPF. Achumbemo, I'm asking a slightly different question to you. During the state assembly elections in 2018, the slogan that had swept Nagaland was "No solution, no election." Once again, we are on the verge of an election. This time it is a Lok Sabha election. So what do you think, Mr. Kikon?
In the first place, as far as the Naga People's Front, NBF, is concerned, the basic objective of the NBF is to find an honorable, acceptable solution to the protracted Naga political issue. And therefore, our stand is consistent that we will support the peace process, and we have taken resolutions after resolutions in most of our meetings. The
Right.
most important meeting of the NBF is the Central Executive Council meeting.
Okay.
And you would recall on the 31st of last month, January 2019, we had a CEC meeting.
Right.
And we have reiterated our stand that a solution to the Naga issue must arrive at the earliest, because during the last election, I'm coming back to your question now, the BJP has issued a slogan in a sense that election for solution.
Okay.
That is the catchword they have used
Yes.
to convince the people. For the NBF, actually, we were of the intention that election be kept aside or maybe postponed for a while and seek a solution. And this is not a new thing for the NBF. Even in 1998, NBF did not participate because the Naga civil society
Okay.
has
Okay.
called for solution, not election. So in the last election also, the same slogan was used by the Naga civil society, and
Okay.
the BJP themselves used solution for election. Now, they have, the 2 elections have already passed,
Right.
already
Right.
they have conducted 2
Okay,
elections.
okay,
One
Achumemo,
is
hold
the
on your
assembly
thoughts.
election. Another one
Achumemo,
is
hold
a
on your
by-election where the present Chief Minister Mr. Nipirio resigned, and we were compelled to go for another election.
Yes.
As MB election.
Right.
So yet no solution, because see, 2 elections we have already faced.
Okay,
After
Mr. Achumemo,
that commitment.
hold on your thoughts. I will go to Prasenjit Biswas in Shillong. Prasenjit, you know, we were discussing the issue of integration that Mr. Muiva had raised now, when everybody thought that all the differences have been sorted out. What's your take, Prasenjit?
Naga movement required not just cultural integration but also political integration. Now, in order to have political integration, whether it is possible to create a political arrangement which cuts across the state boundaries, or the entire Naga dominated areas need to be brought under one political unit, is the question.
Okay.
Is question.
that
In that
is-
context, one has to look at what kind of a framework can be worked out. Yeah.
Okay, that is a very interesting point, whether that there can be a territory-less integration. People remain where they are, they remain in their respective states, yet you are integrated through a different mechanism. That is essentially what Dr. Prasenjit Biswas is saying. I have to come to every panelist in Nagaland to have their views on this possibility. But Arnav, very quickly, what are your opening remarks on this issue at this point in time?
Yeah, I agree with the professor, because I think it's not a territorial integration that he's talking about, Mr. Muiva. I think it's more of a creation of a supranational body which will look over all the Nagas in the northeast, as well as maybe eastern Myanmar as well, where there are around 10 tribes. So if that is possible, that will more come within the ambit of the Indian constitution. And we should remember, the NSC and IM has agreed to sign an accord which is within the ambit of Indian constitution. So less of an territorial integration, more of an political integration is the key here.
More of a political integration. Now, Johnson Illengbaum, I am coming to you in this first round for your remarks. You have heard all the panelists, all the 4 panelists from Nagaland, as well as 2 other commentators in Shillong and in Guwahati. Johnson, what are your thoughts? Can there be a solution? Can the Nagas be integrated, because Manipur also has a sizable chunk of Naga population?
Well, Wasbir, firstly, I would like to say that I'm surprised to hear that one of the panelists has said that the government of India has recognized the integration of Naga contiguous area. It is one of the most surprising statement coming out from one leader. The important thing is the most contentious issue about the framework agreement, which has stole the agreement at the moment, is the issue of integration of Naga contiguous areas. From the very beginning, I think the people of Manipur and also other states which they are claiming have withstood against such policies. And if the government of India say in what you call in respect to the political aspiration of one nomenclature, ethnic nomenclature, destructuring the historical existence of the neighboring state is unacceptable. And we have made our points very clear to the central leaders. And also there is also new term coming up like the unique Naga geographical geographical boundary. I think these are new terms that are actually going to add to the more confusion and chaotic situation prevailing in the state. I think this is unacceptable. And I just to remind all our panelists and all our viewers is that as of now, the government of India has made their positions very clear that the final contents of the framework agreement will only be delivered after consulting with the stakeholders of the neighboring states and also with a consensual approach. I think once that is done, we can look forward.
We'll have
and
to,
in the
Johnson.
issue of contiguous areas.
Right. Right, Johnson, we'll have to wait and watch whether the government of India comes up with a consensual solution or consensual decision or not. That can be only known once we are closer to signing of the accord. Now, once again, let me go to Mr. Merentosi Jamir. Merentosi, your government, the state government always has to play the role of a catalyst. So now, in view of this fresh issue, fresh spotlight on the Naga areas, yes, let us not go into the historical thing which is well known. The Nagas are saying that we are not demanding anything, we are only demanding the land which is already owned by the Nagas. So that is understood. But now, any negotiation has to have a middle path. You are in the government, you know it well. Earlier, Achumbemo Kikon was also in the government, so he should also know it well. Now the question is, how do you reach a middle point? As two of our panelists have said, can it be a non-geographical political integration of the Nagas? They stay in their respective states, but there is a new structure formed that will look after the interest of the Nagas in the entire northeast and even in eastern Myanmar. Merentosi, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Wasbir. Let me just put it on record that on the 11th of August 2018, the members of the People's Democratic Alliance in Nagaland have signed a resolution once again reiterating our stand for the integration of Naga contiguous areas, which was represented by all the political parties of the alliance. And though we are not talking about historical events yet, we are aware that the State Legislative Assembly has passed 3 resolutions on this matter. However, we are talking about geographical or territorial integration, or are we talking about emotional integration?
Yeah.
These are issues which is to be discussed by the negotiating parties and the government of India. As you are well aware, the government of Nagaland, the state government, whichever government is at the helm of affairs, we are only there as active facilitators. We are not party to these negotiations and these talks. And therefore, it is up to the negotiating parties to decide what is best. Because like you said, when we talk about Myanmar, we are moving into international boundaries.
You have made your point very
clear. And therefore,
yes.
I think...
yes, Merentosi, I'm coming back to you.
So I think that, as initially stated...
Yeah, carry on.
So therefore, we know that it is a political problem. The Naga issue is a political problem and needs to be resolved with a political dialogue.
Okay. Now,
And the best way to go forward is as it is happening. Yes, it has taken 22 years, and therefore the dialogue should be hastened in order that we can come about to a final solution to our
right.
problem.
Now, Teza, what do you think? Teza, same question goes to you, Mr. Teza Teri. What are your thoughts? How do we resolve the issue now?
At the moment, the negotiators, Government of India and the Naga negotiators, they have agreed to put the two contentious issues alive. And in the meantime, they will work out how to coexist as different entities. So that's how the negotiation takes place. So negotiation is how to coexist together in peaceful coexistence.
Okay. Okay.
I think that negotiation should be closed.
Right. Right. Mr. Kakairalo, what are your thoughts on integration? Mr. Muiva seems to be extremely clear-cut. No ambiguity there. He has made a very clear statement. Mr. Kakairalo, what do you think on Mr. Muiva's integration comments?
Well, Nagas have always been an integrated people. Like any other nations on earth, sometimes we have gone to war, intertribal war, and there were problems. But we were an integrated lot, all calling ourselves Nagas. And it was only India's divide and rule policy that came in and dissected, divided us into Burma, Nagaland, Arunachal, Assam, Manipur, and into all these areas. Otherwise, we had our own political system, we had our own education system, we had our own legal system. Ours was the highest democracy ever recorded in human history.
Right.
And then our legal system was the shortest system. Our land ownership was the most unique land ownership system in the world. So we were a compact whole. And we do not need anybody to integrate us into something else than what we were, what we always have been.
Okay.
That is my opinion.
Okay. Now I'll have to go for a very quick break. But Dr. Prasenjit Biswas, what are some of the examples? You talked about a territory-less integration. Arunav Goswami in the studio says it can be some kind of a national integration, you know, where there is a single body located, and without disturbing the existing territories, we can integrate the people and work towards their welfare, have their representatives in that supranational organization or committee or whatever. So what are some of the examples of this nature, Prasenjit?
Yes. Article 371C, which applies to Manipur Hills where Naga people are inhabiting, allows that kind of an arrangement. It may not be supranational, but it could be based on the Naga community itself. Mao, Maring, Rongmei, Tangkuls, each of the Naga tribe can have their own councils within the scope of Article 371C, and all these councils can have a bigger representative body without really affecting state boundaries. That will make possible both political integration and cultural integration. Same can be extended to eastern part of Myanmar to include Hemis and other Nagas who are available there.
Okay. These are very interesting suggestions coming in. I will go back straight to my panelist in Nagaland, but after this very short break. Welcome back. We'll come back to the discussion that we have been engaged in at this point in time. But before coming back into the discussion which we have been doing for the last 20 minutes or 25 minutes or so, Achumbemo Kikon, the Naga peace process or a solution is going to be further delayed, isn't it? The polls are a priority. That is what is the impression. Elections a priority and not a solution. That is the impression one is getting, Mr. Kikon.
Absolutely. See, now the Indian Parliament election is knocking at the door. It is in the offing. Within a couple of months, election is going to be announced. Now, therefore, the people have become restive. Naga people have become impatient. We were hoping against hope that a solution would arrive before the parliamentary election, because we were thinking that this government, the BJP-led NDA government, was serious on the issue because of the fact that a framework agreement also has been signed. Apart from that, some other political groups who have not joined the peace process has also been taken on board. And therefore, we thought they are serious, but looks like they are trying to play a delay tactics. Now the election is knocking at the door. So for Naga people, we wanted to urge the government of India that immediately a solution should be worked out, and a logical conclusion to the political dialogue should come to an end.
Yes, but Achumbemo, I want to take your reaction as well on the issue of integration, because a solution has to, according to Mr. Muiva, a solution has to have integration of the Naga areas, which he said is the key. Now, is it so easy? Is it difficult? What is your party's view on this integration issue? Achumbemo.
You see, Wasbir, Nagas are not asking a land that belongs to others. What is ours have been divided without our consent, and therefore we are insisting that the divided Naga homeland should be brought into one administrative umbrella, and that is most popularly, commonly known as integration. This concept actually is not an NSCN concept. It is a Naga right. It is an inherent rights of the Naga people to live under one geographical area, to live under one administrative umbrella. See, now after that, what I'm trying to say is, look, the integration issue, our neighboring communities, they should not feel apprehensive. This is actually a solution to the Naga issue. Will give a moral booster to our neighboring communities also to assert their rights. And Nagas are there to support them. We would like to assure our neighboring communities that their rights are theirs. And therefore, we will in whatever manner we can, we will support our neighboring communities. They should not feel hesitant to support the Naga cause.
I am coming to Mr. Teza Terry and Marantosi, but before that, Johnson, you have heard the opposition NPF leader. NPF is of course part of the ruling party in Manipur. NPF is part of the coalition. Part of the coalition in Manipur. My question to you, Johnson, is Achumbemo there has said that the non-Nagas in Manipur have no reason to be apprehensive. Is it as simple as that? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this has been the continued statement of of our Naga friends for so many years. Wasbir, let us be clear with our thoughts now, that by saying that we are not claiming land from our communities, we are only demanding lands which belong to us. This philosophy applies to all of us. And I'm telling you that Manipur was never a part of the British India, and we have our own history. Now let us let us not go back to the history. Now, one of our friends who have just suggested that the Article 371C doesn't qualify for such kind of political proposition which we want to set up finding a solution to this kind of issue, contentious issue. Article 371C is for the administration of hills under the Manipur Autonomous District Council Act, and also for the creation of the Manipur Hill Area Committee within the Assembly. This is a totally different political entity. Now, why we are objecting and rejecting the theory of a political pan-Naga structural formation is that because this implies to the ongoing demand of Greater Nagaland, which the people of Manipur, the people of Assam, the people of Arunachal Pradesh has been obstructing and rejecting the government move initiative so far. And also the government of India has made the position very clear. I am worried that our friends, the Naga negotiators, have failed to understand what the government of India had maintained the position as of now. The status quo is that whatever issues in finding the solution to this age-old problem should be in consensus and only in consultation with the stakeholders of all the important stakeholders across the 3 states.
Right.
So I think this is very loud and clear. It's crystal clear, and we are not able to understand and read the line, read between the lines. It is very sad for us also.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's still projecting with a theory, one-sided
Right.
theory. Now, what the Assembly of Nagaland takes or take a decision implies only and qualify only for the state of Nagaland. We have also we have taken that not an inch of land of Manipur territory will be
Okay.
compromised.
Absolutely,
For how many times?
absolutely.
6,
Fair
7
enough.
times in
I've
our
heard your
assembly.
point. I've heard.
So I think So I think this is
Yes.
Yeah.
Johnson, you have made your point. You're saying that Nagaland Assembly has passed a resolution applies to Nagaland. Manipur Assembly has also passed a resolution saying that we'll not give an inch of our territory that should apply to Manipur. That's what is your argument. Arunav, I'm coming to you, Merantosi and Thezatheri in a minute. Arunav, I mean, do you think things are going to be more difficult for the Indian government now that, earlier, for the last 20 years, they were negotiating only with the NSC and IM. Yes. Now, for the last 1 year, they have been negotiating with 6 NNPGs. And now, lately, NSCNK, which is also another influential group, has also joined the negotiations. Yeah. Do you think NSCNK will also now put some of their own points forward, isn't it? Which may be in sync with the overall theme, but still, they would definitely like to put forward 1 or 2 at least new points.
Yeah, of course, because if you see what the negotiator Mr. R.N. Ravi has said last month, he said now we are talking with 8 groups and no one has been left out. And when he says no one has been left out, that means he is listening to the views given by the 7 NNPGs, including NSCNK. They had been part of the discussion last month in New Delhi, not last month, it's last week. So they are listening to the views of all the groups, and by saying that no one is going to be left out, it means the views of NSCNK, whether it differs or same, is being heard. And here, one more thing we have to listen what people of the other panelists have been saying about the history. We need to think ahead also. Now you see a new younger generation is coming up and the society is changing. The common identity is going away, and the younger generation now think more about individual identity. People want new aspirations. They are no longer held back by identity defined by the community.
So you are saying that we cannot go, these talks cannot go on indefinitely.
Yes,
we have to come with a solution. There has to be some kind of a time frame.
Yes.
Thezatheri, now you see the inclusion, the joining in the peace process by the NSCNK led by Mr. Khango Konyak. Already, as I've said, 6 NNPGs were already talking. Now NSCNK has also joined. NSC and IM has been talking for the past more than 20 years. Where do we stand? Do you think the government, the things are slowly once again coming back to square one, and we are actually making a fresh beginning for an inclusive dialogue? How do you look at it?
No. It is very clear the integration is a matter of right, which government of India have recognized. However, it has to be taken up democratically. So democratic process will take time. It should not be a roadblock. The solutions should go ahead. Now, KIA have joined the working committee. 7 groups come together under one working committee is talking to government of India. IM have been talking to government of India for the last 22 years. And they have reached a very advanced stage. Now KIA also have come into a complete understanding of what the negotiations are on the table. And there's no any differences with the other NNPGs. If that is the case, if they have narrowed down the conflicting points, why not the process be round up and then negotiation be logically concluded? and solution as promised by Government of India is delivered to the people.
Okay, okay. Marantosi, what is your take? You know, as we have been saying, 22 years the NSCN has been talking. Now 6 groups have been talking for the last 1 year or so. And now another important group, NSCN-K, has joined the negotiations. Do you think they will place new ideas into the whole negotiation process and we can go on talking indefinitely?
Yes, Wasbir, I mean, it's a very positive sign that now almost all the NNPGs have come together
Yeah.
to have negotiations and talks with the Government of India. This is one very major step that I feel will take forward will take a big leap forward towards a final solution to our Naga problem. Now, in any group, be it the NNPGs or any other groups, we know that each group will have their own ideas, their own views and opinions, and these will be tabled, and the discussions and dialogues will happen once these things are tabled. And we cannot deny the fact that these groups also have had differences between themselves in the past.
Yeah.
And therefore, it may take a little time for them to come to a common understanding. But as Teja has said, now that 22 years have passed, and today we are at a juncture when almost all the NNPGs have come together to discuss for a final solution with the Government of India, I think Government of India should also move a step forward in trying to deliver and provide to the Nagas a final solution.
Right. Okay.
Which should be acceptable
Right.
to all people, all
let me-
citizens. As
yes.
I've said in the beginning,
Right.
this Naga problem does not pertain to a state government or to any NNPG. It is for the people of the Naga people.
Now, let me once again go to Mr. Kakairalu. Mr. Kakairalu, you know, I mean, realistically speaking, you know, the stand of the states bordering Nagaland is well known. Now, what is the middle ground? You know, can we really have an integration without any territories, as some of our panelists are saying, or are we going to stick to this and keep on talking? Mr. Iralu.
Our case with Manipuris is like this. We are the elder brother of the Métis people. Through our brothers, the Tangkhuls. Now we settled down in the mountains and hills first, and the Métis decided to go down and settle down in the plains of Manipur. All the hill sections belongs to the Nagas. It was never a case of Nagas asking the Métis people to give us some lands where we want to settle down. There is no historical record. Both the Métis and the Nagas know the specific dates and places from where
Right.
we departed, and the
Right.
younger Métis went down into the plains, and we continued to stay in the hills. So is the case with Arunachal. We were
Right.
adjacent to one another, but 3-4
Yeah.
tribes were distinctly Naga and not
Absolutely.
related to the
Absolutely.
Arunachalis.
Absolutely.
So in the case of Assam also, we were the first.
Right.
In the case of Manipur also, we were the first in recorded historical record. That is the case. So let us retain our own unique histories
Now,
and our
Mr.
unique geography.
Mr. Kakairalu, the introduction of the joining in the peace process by the NSCN-K, do you think, you know, this will lead to a clash of views among the Naga national political groups? Will it lead to a clash of views? Kakairalu.
I don't know what all these groups are talking about, because the Naga original stand was made very clear through the NNC. From the NNC, we fought for so many years, and then they broke away from
Yeah.
the main body, and now they are negotiating with India under whose mandate and with whose authority, I don't know.
Yes.
Because there has been no total Naga coming together and starting another factional government,
Yeah.
mandating them to represent us.
Absolutely.
As far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
the original NSC is there. We have still been continuing
Okay.
this organization.
Mr.
is
Kakaralo, hold
functioning.
on your thoughts. I'll go for a quick break. I'll come back immediately after this very, very short break. Okay, welcome back. Mr. Achumbemo, does the NPF expect the government of India to redraw the boundaries of the states before Nagaland to bring about this integration? Is your party expecting redrawing of the boundaries?
Absolutely. See, as far as that geographical boundary is concerned, for the Nagas, we call it an artificial geographical boundaries. See, not only Nagas of India, we have Nagas in Burma, where the boundary of the Nagas of Burma and Nagas of India runs through the kitchen of the Ankh in in Longwa village, and therefore this is an inherent rights of the Naga people to live. I'm repeating again that we have to, the rights of the Naga people cannot be subjected to the interest, to the desire of our other communities, because of the fact that we are not asking that something that belongs to them. The Nagas are already there in their own land. We are only simply asking the government of India to recognize that Nagas are in one compact area, in a contiguous area.
Right. Now, Johnson, I'm coming to you, Tazateri and Marantosi. Johnson, you have seen the views coming from Nagaland is very clear. If necessary, redraw the boundaries.
First of all, I'd like to respond to Mr. Keka Iralu. What he said was that, yes, Tangkhul was considered as the eldest brother of the Meiteis. Now, if that is true and that has been acknowledged by him, I think it is also very true that when the Manipuris, especially the Meitei, says that Tangkhul, inclusive of Tangkhul, Mao, Maram, which has been living along with us, with the Meiteis for last so many years, we are having a political existence for so many years and under the one political unity called Manipur, and they should have give their support to this kind of idea. I think that is important to them. So I think disowning this original and genuine connection to some kind of a nomenclature, which I think is something sort of a controversy to our historical realities, I think it is not acceptable. Now the second point is, now if at all the government of India tries to attempt to redraw the political boundary of Manipur, I think it will be a futile attempt, and I think it is almost next to impossible. You have to finish off Manipur, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, and then you can proceed on. This is as impossible as that, because we stood by our political existence, the historical existence, everything. When Naga have the unique historical, pride in themselves, we have the same simultaneous historical pride with us. And we will do whatever to stop these kind of things. And we also give a strong warning to central leaders and all the negotiators not to proceed anything beyond this limit, that whatever discussion, negotiations has been taking so far should confine only to the states of Nagaland.
Now, Dr. Prasenjit Biswas, we are again at a tricky situation, isn't it? Very briefly.
Yeah.
Very briefly.
Yeah, sure, certainly. I mean, the conflict of interest here in terms of territorial division of Manipur, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh cannot be resolved so easily within the constitutional framework. Now, without touching the territories, we can think of a solution which will be a better solution for involving all the several Naga tribes covering from Myanmar to Arunachal Pradesh. what could be a better solution than having one integrated council that can cover all the Naga tribes spread across various states and even across international boundaries. So we can think of a common council if Naga factions all agree about it. NSCN-K and NSCN-IM do not agree. There is a demand for a separate Nagaland frontier state in eastern Nagaland. There is a demand for a separation of a Naga territories into a state in
Now,
Arunachal
Teza
Pradesh.
Theri,
Similar demand are also
let me
there.
go to Teza Theri. Yes, Mr. Teza Theri, you know, the Naga negotiators are very capable people. They are very veteran leaders. All the Naga national political groups, NSCN, they are all very veteran political leaders. Do you think they will be ready? Do you think today, after 20 years of negotiations, after 70 years of the problem lingering, they are a very, very matured lot? Do you think they will be willing to come up with a pragmatic solution? Do you think, do you have the confidence they will come up with a pragmatic, workable, practical solution?
Yeah, that is expected. They're matured, they're experienced, they know the ground realities, and then they can negotiate in such a way that it will be befitting to the contemporary situation. Integration issue should not be a roadblock.
Yeah.
Integration is a matter of
should not
right
be a
which
roadblock.
government of India also
Integration
has
should not be a
recognized.
roadblock.
But
Marentosi.
it will take democratic process.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm running short of time, that's why I'm speeding up. Marentosi, 2019, year 2019 is not 1947. We have come a long way. Okay, Marentosi, I'm coming back to you. Achumbemo, you know, I mean, you are aware of the stand of the respective states, so we are still have a long way to go. Achumbemo, very quickly.
See, therefore, on behalf of my party, Naga People's Front, we have expanded our jurisdiction to the state of Manipur and Arunachal also, and therefore, we would like to appeal upon our neighboring communities to understand us when we have the desire to live together. It is not only a desire, but it is a right of the Naga people to live under one administrative rule.
Absolutely. Naga people's desire to live under one administrative community. Arnav, how easy or difficult that is going to be?
No, it's not difficult because you see, after so many years of negotiation, a solution is within the sides, and it should not be, this stance should not be let go of just because you can't integrate physically all the Naga dominated areas. There is a solution, a supranational body, you got it, you take it.
Kakairalo, my last question to you. The question, I have asked you already many questions, but this is, I'm coming to my last question to you. That is actually the last question for you. What is your message to the government of India as well as the NNPGs?
My message to India will be just 3 words: leave us alone. To NNPGs, I want to say, without the mandate of the Naga people, how are you going to bring a solution? When was your group mandated by the whole Naga population? On what date? In what year? Those, let them make it clear to the Nagas, and we can even have a plebiscite to see who holds the mandate of the people.
Absolutely.
That is my message to the NNPGs.
Okay.
Also appealing, I would also appeal to them not to break the Naga family any further, because it is already
Don't break
so
the
broken.
Naga family any further. Marentosi, Marentosi, your line, Marentosi, Marentosi, I want to have the last word from you. If Teza Theri can give his earphone to Marentosi. Johnson, what are your parting words? Johnson Elengbam. In the meantime, Teza Theri, please give your microphone to...
Wasbir, I will,
Cesar Terry, please give your microphone to
Wasbir.
Merentosi. Yes, Johnson, go on.
Lastly, I would like to conclude that whatever the solutions that we are longing for so many years can only be reached through a common understanding between all the parties, which is based on different ideologies, inclusive of all the states. I think that is the wisdom lies here, and the regional problem has to be solved through the regional what you call forum, which can address jointly these kind of issues, and also we must respect the identity, the existence, political existence of one another. And
Absolutely.
once that is achieved, I think we can move forward.
Absolutely.
And that is, yeah. And also in regard to the position of NPF, yeah, NPF, I have already listened to him. One of the panelists from NPF has said that the presence of NPF, I think it is surprising and is also confusing to the people of Manipur when the NDA, BJP-led government of Manipur is ample clear and crystal clear that not an inch of Manipur territory will not be compromised, and continuing to support it, I think it's what do you call?
Absolutely.
Hello.
Achumbemo has to explain, but for lack of time, we will get his explanation a little later. But Merentosi, if you can hear me finally, Merentosi, last words from you. Year 2019 is not 1947. We have come a long way, Merentosi. Merentosi, if you can hear me, what is a pragmatic solution now? Last words.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is your prescription? How can we resolve the issue quickly?
You see, Wasbir, as we have been saying, integration of the Naga areas is in the hearts of every Naga individual.
Right.
Now today, when we talk about these geographical and territorial boundaries, were these boundaries made by the people who own the land, or have these boundaries been demarcated by the government in order to have easier administrative access to easier administrative
Okay.
for administration?
Okay. Yeah.
Now, when we talk about integration of various areas within the boundaries of the nation,
Right.
I feel it is in the hands of the government of India to decide whether these territorial boundaries are to be redefined or to be demarcated anew again. When we talk about
Absolutely.
international boundaries, is again something different.
Absolutely. Okay. Got
And
your
therefore-
point. Point noted, Merentosi. I'm really sorry to cut you short there. Apologize because I'm running absolutely short of time. But yes, ball is in the court of the government of India. But as we all know, government of India also cannot go against the will of the people. That is what is the beauty of a vibrant democracy like India. Gentlemen, thank you very much for participating in this very engaging debate. On this note, we come to the end of this edition of Northeast Tonight. Good night and goodbye.